Well, well, here we are off an evening, catching up on some YouTube shit. I love these guys at Yes Theory. If you haven't seen that, I'm sure 7 million subscribers can't be wrong. I wanted to just talk to you about kind of my YouTube journey so far. A little glass of vino there. And I've just been reflecting. Matt here quit Yes Theory when it was in its prime. They've been going about 8 years now. They've got 7.5 million subscribers, and you'd think that would be enough for an individual. 4 young lads started their journey in their 20s and have done lots of things together. Matt decided to quit about 2 years ago. And you know what? He was probably right. I've often contemplated just throwing the towel in. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about the negative impact, should we say, that social media has. Just because you put yourself in front of a camera, and just because you're uploading content into YouTube, ultimately seems to make you a target. I've been criticized about my weight and my appearance, my lack of hair, my lack of judgment, my lack of knowledge. Latest comment, it's all drivel. What do you know? You know. And the last video that I put out was a deliberate kind of attempt at clickbait, just to see what YouTube was all about. How it rewards that crazy, crazy thing. This alpha will ruin you in the photograph, and 3 years with the Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio. It's got nearly 200,000 views. I ain't chasing views, I'm not chasing subscriptions. And it's a really, really sad thing to see that you just can't go out and describe your experience with a car without coming up against the so-called, keyboard warriors, for want of a better word. And it's really made me feel like I just want to stop all of this nonsense. It's really made me feel as if I really couldn't be arsed. Now, there are 2 ways to go about this. One school of thought is to never look at the comments. The other school of thought is to just blast on, trying to be courteous. You know, the community that kind of builds up around. And I've got a fairly solid community because you guys, certainly the subscribers and the few hundred people that will actually end up watching this video, not the hundreds of thousands that watch the other drivel. So my appeal to you is, do I go on? Regardless of all of the negativity that seems to be surrounding YouTube at the minute. And perhaps it's gone on forever. Maybe as a growing channel, I should learn to suck it up, buttercup, and kind of just get on with things. You might have seen that my level of content production is reduced a little bit over the time now. There's a couple of reasons for that. One is my kind of conversion onto the A350. I've completed my last A320 flight back from Cairo. My lovely wife came along with me for the couple of days, and we managed to somehow wangle the presidential suite in the process. Not that we were really there long enough. We had a lovely boat trip up the Nile, and we thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. I'm going to miss Europe. The A350, first trip to Denver, second one to Sao Paulo. Of course, taking me away completely with kind of automotive content. I use the time down route to kind of focus, do some editing, and kind of take it from there. So I started a camera channel. Don't know where that'll go. It's a way to focus down routes. It can get really, really lonely as an airline pilot. I don't know. I mean, some of you will have jobs that take you away from home on a regular basis, but my job is literally away from home all the time. Sometimes day trips, and that is a thing of a past now, because every time I report to work I'll be away. It might be 3 days, it might be 4, it might be 5, it might be 7, especially if it's a Singapore, Sydney. So I've got to manage that accordingly. So hence getting out, doing a bit of photography, my passion from the late 80s, when I had a little dark room in my mum and dad's spare room, developed my own kind of black and white photographs. An old Russian camera, a Zenit 12 XP. In fact, I sourced one recently, mostly for the lens, but it's a thing to behold. So this is just a little video to kind of highlight the kind of the bullshit that surrounds YouTube. The content creators, especially these guys doing it for years and years, in the public eye and getting all the abuse. They talk about thousands and thousands of negative comments. I'm not sure I'm strong enough to kind of bat those away all the time, and it really has a negative impact on your mental health. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy the recording process. I enjoy the editing to a lesser extent, but I just enjoy sharing and hopefully imparting some sort of knowledge of all the mistakes I've done all along the way. Giving people encouragement to go and push that little bit further and buy that kind of car that they think may well destroy them financially, but enjoying the process along the way. Being realistic about your expectations about owning some of these cars, whether it be the Range Rover all the way through to Alfa Giulia. So ultimately, I just wanted to say thank you for the journey, folks. Thank you for watching all my crap. 150 odd videos in, kind of what, we're 3.5 years down the line perhaps. It's been a ball. I've enjoyed doing what I've done, but ultimately, as I've found, as the channel grows, as the views increase, so does the negativity of others. Humans are a terrible, terrible species. They lash out with a keyboard, because that's all it is really, with some sort of opinion, not really thinking that there's a human at the other end. Now, I'm not, I'm a thick-skinned Irishman, you know what, I can bat off the most of it, but ultimately, it's what I kind of get out of the experience, and if that ultimately, on a balance, is more negative than positive, then why the hell should I bother? Really, why should I bother? And fair play to all the lads that have stuck it out. Maybe they've got to, because it's their primary source of income, and it's a very, very small fraction of mine. It won't even cover the car insurance for the year, so there you go. That goes to show exactly the peanuts that I earn off YouTube. If it was financial, I could kind of understand it. It's the impetus to kind of grow irrespective, but it's not. It's not. I'm doing this for the sheer enjoyment of doing it. I thought I could bring a bit of positivity into a few minutes of your lives, share a little bit of mine in the process, and enjoy the kind of the interaction. And I do. I still do that. So maybe that gives me the encouragement to go on, despite all of the surrounding negativity, maybe I just need to learn as an individual not to take it all so seriously, perhaps. And I do take it personally. That's the issue, perhaps. I need to maybe see it in the spirit that it's given. Perhaps it's a bit of constructive criticism, and quite often it is. But if you're going to comment in a negative fashion, give me a reason to improve. Don't just attack me personally. Now, YouTube has got a great button, and you won't be aware of it probably unless you're a content creator, that says hide user from channel. The first here is actually YouTube identifying that it's a comment of a negative origin, and it somehow holds those comments from actually being published for me to kind of review at a later date. And then they get deleted within a certain period of time. I tend not to look at those. The comments that do that scrape through the net, often very cleverly worded. And I do try to answer them all. I do. I sit of an evening answering comments, trying to help people along the way, genuinely trying to help. Ultimately, what am I getting to? I'm getting to the simple fact that maybe it's just not worthwhile emotionally. There's a huge amount of time involved in producing content, and I have the utmost respect for all of the other content creators out there. I'm big fans of, let's say, Peter Greaves at Petrol Ped, Joe Achilles, number 27, Jack out there doing his stuff, JM on cars. I like all JM stuff. This video doesn't really have a point other than, if you like what I do and you want me to continue doing so, please comment below. I know the vast majority of viewers don't tend to comment on videos, and I'm the same when I watch all of the stuff, especially if it's on the TV and I don't have a keyboard nor a means to comment. I'm seriously thinking of just throwing in the towel. I never wanted subscriptions, I never wanted views really. I found this a bit of a therapy, building kind of on-screen friendships or through-lens friendships. There are a few dedicated people comment religiously, and I'm absolutely grateful for that. So maybe that's a reason to continue. Otherwise, I'm going to give it a break. I really feel as if the negativity, unwarranted, really outweighs the positive creativity and pleasure of actually uploading stuff. I realise a lot of people throw in the towel on this YouTube malarkey, and maybe I'll just add my name to that list. So I'm going to throw this one out there. Do I throw in the towel, or do I plug on regardless, knowing that there are certain negative aspects to putting yourself out there in the public eye? I don't seek fame, I don't seek fortune. I'm just a regular guy who's a bit of a petrol head, who's got a problem of buying more cars than he sells. And I just wanted to share that experience. It all stems from the fact of kind of COVID and my two kids being away in Northern Ireland with their mum. And trying to stay in touch a little bit. I know my mum, back there in her 80s now in Northern Ireland, she watches all of these videos well by means of just seeing me and hearing me talk. So that's welcome as well. So I'll end it there. Quite emotional. Maybe it's farewell. Maybe it's not. I'll let you be the judge. As always, on that note, thanks for watching. All the best now. Bye-bye.